Foxjacking, no baits, no calls, just crow.
All I need is a fox.
How do you train your cormorants? I'm off to China to find out.
Their beaks are like knives. I have a strong enthusiasm for this work, but grab one and it'll take a chunk out of you.
And want to get into airsoft? Jamie Clay from Crackshot has all the answers.
We'd always recommend a full face mask. That would cover the nose, the mouth, the ears and your teeth.
David is on the Fieldsports channel New Stump. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Andy's feeling so punchy about tonight, he's brought the clicker.
I'm feeling a bit punchy, David. I thought I'd bring the clicker on. If things go really well, I've got the clicker here. Bang, 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 bang.
We're foxing on new ground bordering farmland he's just brought back into commission. With new ground comes new objectives, and here they want the foxes knocked back.
But I shoot the deer over on their bit of ground, and it's just a way of keeping everyone happy. I do the pigeon shooting and crow shooting there, so it's just one way of keeping her happy. I'll go over there and shoot her foxes for her. I enjoy doing it anyway. I haven't shot over here for a long time, but she rung up and said she got a problem with this fox taking some of her chicken, and I've got that scope, and I thought, well, get you up here and see if we can get a video with it. I think we will.
One thing he is keenly aware of is the number of footpaths running through here.
People don't stick to footpaths these days. They seem to think they can walk where they like, not a problem, but I suppose that's the way of the world these days.
Purely by coincidence, there's a walker on one of the paths. David films him through the Nocpix Lumi, which is what he'll be using tonight to help film our nocturnal fun and games.
Just on the off chance I come up here to see if we can find someone, and we have. We've come around the corner, and I pointed out to you, there's a chap walking up there. He does blend in well, you can hardly see him now. And you've still got to do a job here. You've got to shoot the foxes, you've got to shoot the deer there is here. So you've got to be ultra safe. It's just nice to know where everyone is.
Crowy's been working with Nocpix for about a year now. Tonight he's got the new-to-market Bolt H50R, the Ace's younger brother. The plan is to sit up and wait for the foxes to come to us. Then, if it's not happening, to unleash a simple but effective old friend. Some of you may remember the glass and polystyrene combo.
Where is it?
What, my little bit of glass?
It's not a little bit of glass.
Yes, it is, David.
Why have we got tape on it?
Well, keep it on the bloody bit of board.
Oh,
Now.
the board now.
There's a bit of board. Yeah, you put got a bit of packing underneath. So there's a bit of daylight underneath it.
Where was that?
Yeah, of course there is,
To
David.
resonate.
Yeah. So a bit of, and it makes a better squeak.
Okay.
I will give you a demo, but
They could. I mean, we might be attacked by them if we do.
you never know. This
Are
is.
you ready if one appears?
No, I'm not going to do it then. It'd be definitely, there'd be one comer.
It'll be electric, you think?
Oh, I don't mean you're getting frightened when these foxes start coming towards us, David.
Like the mosquitoes, just like.
Are they biting you?
No, I'm all right.
Oh, flipping out, doing my head.
It's not just the glass that needs a gap. Something to be aware of with a few of the new digital scopes
There she
is
is.
they have an expanding waistline. Crow needed to borrow a new set of mounts from Blaser to get the Bolt sitting pretty.
The mounts I had from the Ace that I've got, I automatically got those, and I thought, right, that's going to go straight on there. And take the mounts off of that, put it on here. No, it didn't. Just at the bottom here, see it there, look. And I'll hold it up. There you go.
Okay.
This bit at the bottom here, that we've had to put spacers on here to lift it up, to get it on there.
I wonder if that's a Blaser thing or whether that's
I don't know.
a general mount thing.
I don't know. So that's why we couldn't film the other day like we wanted to, because we had to get the spacers put in here to lift it up.
Okay.
But the other one, the other scope,
Yes, yeah, no problem.
the same mount straight on in no trouble at all.
Same size tube, obviously, yeah.
Same size tube, but it's just must be just a little bit more proud at the bottom.
Okay.
Listen, yep.
Big little thing.
It is a dinky little thing. Yeah. Yeah, it is a dinky little thing. Better look after it. Turn it on. Battery's flat, both of them. The internal and the battery.
Don't say that.
That is sweet, I'll tell you. That is nice. It's so clear. All I need is a fox.
What palette do you like?
What's that?
What palette do you like?
What palette?
Palette, as in what colour scheme do you like?
Ah, colour scheme. White hot, always white hot. I can't be looking at pretty pictures.
You know, I actually, when I was filming, I used the Lumix the other day to film some roe that were coming through a wood.
Yeah.
I really like the violet, or the purpley one.
I've
It's a
tried.
new one on me, that one.
Is it? I've tried them all. Black hot's good. When you find them I find them with the white hot, and sometimes I just click through and go onto black hot, and it gives you more definition, hair and all that. You can see that a lot clearer. But I prefer the white hot. You just swing round, and there's something white there. You're straight on it, and it really hits you. No, I can go around with a black hot and I can go past stuff because I'm used to everything white hot. But if I go past it with a white hot, I'm straight on it. So just a minute when I come down here to have a look, there was a couple of skylarks out here. It was quite funny watching them. They showed up really nice.
And he leads us to a spot where we can thermalise a large area and watch anything working its way towards us. First to show up are fallow, more than 300 metres in the distance. With one bolt open and the other switched on, he films them to show the quality of the image at range. Like Loch Ness monsters, they swim through a sea of wheat. David also films them through the Lumi. As he sits being eaten by mosquitoes, his quiet patience pays off, and along the field edge comes a fox. It turns and heads into the middle of the field.
I don't know whether he was squeaking at David or blowing me kisses. I'm a bit concerned, but hey, I know we haven't seen each other much lately, and he just wanted to make up for old
A
time.
bit dry, I must admit.
Well, yeah, I think he's.
Need some lubrication.
Well, yeah, I could tell that. Anyway, so it ran down across there and it stopped. Just going to squeeze and it trotted off again. And just I was going to squeeze again, it did it again, and then it stopped. I thought, I've got to give it. If that stops again, it's getting it. I'm impressed with the scope, I'll give it that. Whoever gets that, they're going to have some fun with that, I can tell you. Fix them. Perfect. What ride? What, Annie? Tiny little thing, isn't she? As you can see, it's a little old vixen, but those cubs we saw up there, they're well weaned. She's dry anyway, she's got no milk. Yeah, so, but there was another fox up there. There was a dog fox, a big old thing. He'll take them on anyway, he'll feed them. But they're old enough to look after themselves. They're big cubs. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Well, it's a start, Crow, but a few more to go, I reckon.
Yeah. I'd like to have had a few more goes with this old scope. When we started squeaking, I was hoping there's going to be a few more come, but...
You got some shots of the deer anyway?
Yeah, well, some good footage of the deer. Lucky I pushed record on this, really, wasn't it?
Andy's foxjacking technique worked and we got our fox. The ground feels like it holds many more. For more information about the Nocpix range, head to Nocpix UK and Nocpix.com, where you can find out about the new Nocpix Bolt H50R scope and Lumi H35R spotter. Great stuff, Mr. Crow, who is now handing that Nocpix Bolt scope to us to raffle. And for better or for worse, David asked him to sign the box.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh, what's that bit? Oh,
That's the crowy bit.
that's light.
You like that?
I like that.
Do you?
Is that going to wash off, or is that... Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. Cool.
Do I need to put a love heart on there?
Can do.
No, it might be a male that gets it. He might take it the wrong way.
Just put a kiss.
Oh, okay, I'll put a kiss. No, you've been trying to kiss me all bloody night. You got to think about kisses tonight, David.
That's my call.
Well, it worked. It worked.
Good stuff. Thank you.
I think they were both getting a bit tired at this point. As well as what I can only describe as a nearly new Nocpix Bolt, we have a bevy of technological beauties up for grabs, including something not seen in the country before, a TRV N19 multi-spectral scope, which has a look of the revolutionary night sight, brainchild of Dave and Phil Craven. We spotted this at EWA, the German trade show, and David has been testing it with pest control to the best of his ability. At £800, it's a lot of thermal tech for the money. TRV is looking for distributors in Europe, so we said we'd give them an airing in exchange for a chance for you to win one. And, to avoid any doubt, the winner will receive a new one, not the one that old Sausage Fingers has been fumbling with. Also listed is the compact and powerful Ventus thermal binos, which Tim was using last week, and we have an iSki Sport ED 10x42 binos, no batteries needed for this one. Tickets for this prize are only 10p. Lightweight and great for hunting and birding. RRP is £199. Good luck, everyone. Now more pest than controller. It's David on the Fieldsports channel, News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. The Northern Irish government has dropped plans to increase firearms licensing fees. A Department of Justice consultation had been seeking views on raising the cost of a 5-year firearm certificate from £98 to £250. After a backlash from the rural community, campaigners have welcomed the withdrawal, saying the proposal had caused widespread concern.
The DUP publicly opposed the fee increases, calling them unjustified, and Sinn Féin and others followed.
Meanwhile, the Ulster Unionist Party has come out in favour of banning hunting with dogs in Northern Ireland, as has independent MLA Claire Sugden.
If this assembly can't, legislate to remove that type of behaviour, then I really am unsure what the purpose of this place is.
A much-loved gun shop owner in Dorset is to retire. John March, proprietor of John March Firearms of Wimborne Minster, is stepping down after 49 years of service to the local Fieldsports community. His departure attracted warm comments on Facebook from his customers. He is currently holding a sale, with unsold stock going to auction. Albania sets to reopen hunting after a 10-year moratorium. Bird and wildlife watching organisations support the move after highlighting their positive experiences working alongside Albanian hunters on initiatives such as Balkan Lynx and Brown Bear projects. The government found that during the hunting ban, poaching increased in several areas while long-term wildlife monitoring weakened. Thanks to Per Helmser for the story. Springwatch has once again chosen to base itself on a shooting estate. The BBC's flagship nature programme usually bases itself at a single location in the countryside to discuss local wildlife, and to guarantee that it can film that wildlife, it prefers shooting estates. In 2026, it's on the Crom Estate in the Fermanagh Lakelands of Northern Ireland, which offers wildfowling and walked-up shooting. There's a link to book shooting there below. Thanks to Greg Hill for the story. CCTV has captured a bear attacking a man in Japan. The incident took place at the Fukushima Steelworks. Local and national government in Japan has turned to hunters to solve its bear problem. The country has more than 50,000 bears. It has 4 times as many gun and hunting licence holders who shoot more than 9,000 bears a year. Now the government has made it easier to obtain hunting licences. This man was among 4 people who sustained minor injuries from the bear, which is still at large. A Scottish Red Hind and a Labrador have struck up an abusive relationship. Inverpolly Estate in the Northwest Highlands posted this film of a young Labrador owned by a local woman who has made it its business to wind up what the estate calls a crazy hind, as long as there is a fence in between them. Thanks to Duncan McLaughlin for the link. And finally, the French really know how to run a game fair. The Fontainebleau celebration of hunting at the end of May 2026 had aunties handing out leaflets outside the gate. Inside the gate, organisers kindly provided a bin for visitors to dispose of those leaflets. And when it comes to hound displays, nothing revs up the boarhounds than a radio-controlled wild boar. Thanks for the footage to Ed Swales from Hunting Kind, who was speaking at the event. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts. Fieldsports Channel members get more. Every week there's Fieldsports Extra, our exclusive show, packed with behind-the-scenes clips, interviews and a free prize draw. Plus, membership gives you access to our Fieldsports Advice Bureau for help with shooting and firearms licensing, with our in-house lawyer on your side. And with our insurance, you're covered for £10 million public liability for shooting activities across the UK, as well as legal expenses cover. Join today so we can keep the pressure on and the volume up.
Now here's what's in this week's Fieldsports Extra. Snails on the path, a slurry spattered car, and a well-known face.
Yeah, you've got to have enough of that.
Fieldsports Extra competition prize this week goes with the main feature. It's 4 Nocpix goodie bags. More details of that on Fieldsports Extra. Now, the Northern Country Sports Show is this weekend, the 6th to the 7th of June 2026 at the Great Yorkshire Showground in Harrogate. Come and see the Fieldsports gang there, including Layla, who will be on hand to give out gun certificate advice. Plus, if you're a member and sign up one of your family or friends, you get a free bottle of Fighting Spirit gin while stocks last. Next up, to add to my angling armoury, I went to China. You have probably seen scenes like this on the telly. Cormorant fishing is a 1,000-year-old method of breeding birds to dive for fish, which they give to their masters. The birds have rings or snares around their necks so they can catch, but can't swallow the fish. In return, the birds get healthcare and education. As far as we know, cormorant fishing began in China, and it is now an important part of Chinese cultural heritage, which the government there is keen to preserve. Jump into a tourist boat in many areas of China, and there will be a cormorant fisherman in a sampan paid to wave at you. It could be worse, some of them are paid to sing to you. The Chinese, they love it. China. What is China? Among the answers, it is a civilization based on rivers, 4 of them, that run broadly west to east. There's the Amur River in the north, which separates China from Russia. Each river has its own coloured dragon, and the Amur River dragon is black. There's the Pearl River in the south, which goes out near Hong Kong. In the middle is the Yellow River, which runs near Beijing, and the biggest of them all, the Yangtze, which goes through Shanghai. Dragons' long tails are like the meander of rivers, and in China they don't breathe fire, they breathe river and mountain mists. This is Shanghai. I start my journey down the Yangtze 1,000 miles to the west. I'm going to the source of one of the headwaters of the Yangtze, and to do that I'm climbing 5,000 steps installed for my benefit. So normally I'd be feeling absolutely wiped out, but how can you when you've got views like this? The towering quartz sandstone pillars inspired the floating mountains in the Avatar film series. Between them flow the headwaters of just some of the tributaries of the Yangtze. To give you an idea of scale, the UK has 10,000 commercial fishermen and women. The Yangtze alone has 220,000. I say has. I should say had, because the Chinese government decided that fish stocks in the river are too low. It banned commercial fishing on the Yangtze for the whole of the 2020s. It sacked all 220,000 of them, retiring most of them and resettling some into jobs such as tourism. Halfway down the Yangtze, I visit the village of Yuanjiang on Dongting Lake, a former fishing village turned tourist destination. Luo Yi owns the guest house where I'm staying.
Because China now prohibits fishing, we have transformed the guest house. We have taken the fishing village culture and turned it into a guest house experience. At present, in Yuanjiang, we are the only guest house of this kind. Since we established the guest house close to the village,
这个民宿做起来以后，因为靠近村庄，所以我们现在雇佣的人员
all the staff we now employ are local villages. Using fishing village culture as our foundation, we have built an entire ecosystem, a bar, the guest house itself, and a restaurant, all centered around the elements of the fishing village.
都是围绕着渔村的元素开展的。
You can still fish here. The Chinese government elegantly allows anyone to fish on the Yangtze with one hook only. And for the tourists who come here, there are displays of the old tradition of cormorant fishing. They make me want to know how easy it is to keep and train a cormorant for fishing. And that's when Yang Mao Chun rides into my life. He is here to feed his cormorants, and he, along with a lot of local officials, agree to take me out in his boat to watch.
Is it easy to raise cormorants? Of course, raising cormorants isn't easy. Originally, in the old days, we relied on them for fishing. It was how we solved the problem of having enough to eat. Now, the Yangtze River and the lake here have a 10-year fishing ban, so you can't go out fishing anymore. Now it's different. We keep the cormorants so that tourists can come and watch them.
As for cormorant breeding techniques, and there's a shag joke here which I'm not going to make, Yang Mao Chun keeps it an inscrutable secret.
Is breeding them easy? When it comes to breeding, we've been doing this since our father's generation. It's the trade we're in. Breeding is not easy. Someone who doesn't know what they're doing simply can't breed them. But for those of us who are experienced in this trade, breeding is still possible.
He is more forthcoming about his cormorant training regime.
These birds are like cats. It's in their nature to catch things, specifically to catch fish. When it comes to training them to go into the water and catch fish, and then bring those fish back up, you have to train them slowly, little by little. Over time, they learn that the boss needs feeding, that they need to bring up a big fish.
So all you need is a floating bamboo perch, and they've got rubber rings around their legs. There's no chafing. That looks absolutely fine. And you tie them on with string, and they sit here very happily all day, expecting a big fat breakfast. You can't stroke them all the time.
These ones are well fed. They're in great condition. Their feathers are thick and their bodies are strong. When they're about to lay eggs, you can't go near them. If an ordinary person approaches them, they'll bite. Their beaks are like knives. I have a strong enthusiasm for this work, but grab one and it'll take a chunk out of you.
For Luo Yi, the cormorants are great for tourism.
因为现在捕鱼已经用不上鸬鹚了。
In order to preserve the cormorant, because fishing no longer requires cormorants, we are now breeding them for tourists to enjoy. On important festivals or just on ordinary days, we bring the cormorants out for everyone to appreciate.
拿出来给大家欣赏。
Back on the boat, Yang Maochun is doing for cormorants what falconers do for raptors. It feels like something we in the West should be able to try.
They look really easy to keep. You just give them one big fish a day and everything's fine. They're not smelly. Well, not too bad, not as bad as the fish. And they're rather endearing with their kind of honk honk noises. I can see cormorant fishing really taking off. If only we were allowed to use cormorants.
Cormorant fishing took place from the 16th to the 17th centuries in England and France, and it's still practiced in Greece and northern Macedonia in Europe, as well as Japan and Peru. For more about all the places I visited in China, there are links in the description below.
It was an eye-opening trip. China is visa-free at the moment, so easy to go to. Now, another quick word about raffles. We have winners from last month to announce. The Thermtech Oryx 650L thermal rifle scope went to Ian Jameson in Cheshire. The Lotus Grill XL and starter kit to James Phillips in Worcestershire. The iSki Scepter Advanced Flatfield APO 10x42 binos went to Kelt Thomas Jones in Ceredigion. The Flight Line Sidewinder decoy system to Ben Archer in Derbyshire, and the Bushware G1 one-man high seat to David Smith in Devon. And there is another prize to announce, the winner of the iSki binos who took part in our vehicle survey. 130 entries, and here you all are in my special winner finding app, and I press the choose button, and the winner is Tony Nanks, who he's given us his email address, so we'll be able to track down his address from that and get those binos at him. Now, everything you always wanted to know about airsoft, but were afraid to ask.
Thinking of taking up airsoft? Jamie Clay from Crackshot talks you through what you're in for.
The options that we have is pretty much endless. It's all about what style of airsoft gun that you think you are, whether you're that person who's at the front, whether you're a person at the middle, or whether you're the person at the back. So what we have on the wall at present is we have 2 out of the 3 of those options. So we have a bog standard entry-level gun, a G36, which would come with a battery. It would also come with a charger, safety goggles, as a full starter kit. And that is a budget range type of kit. We also have the tactical AK. We also have the MP5 A3 version, and that comes as the same scenario. So we will have a battery, we'll have the safety goggles, and we'll have the full kit that will go with it, so they can be up and running, ready to go straight away. The mechanics behind airsoft is it's shooting a plastic BB. I say a plastic, it's a powder composite, which is high pressured. So they all come in varying different sizes, different weights. Okay, so these are a .36, so it's a heavier style BB. That'll be for something that's potentially that's been upgraded, something that's a bit more than a budget beginner's gun, but we can cater for that with the different styles. So we have a .25 in a larger container, which is a lighter weight BB, which will allow those starter guns to be able to shoot proficiently. We have just started to deal with mechanics, so we've got highly ballistic rated goggles in all different styles, different lenses, and these have got the highest ballistic rating for any eyewear that you can potentially wear for airsoft. You're always going to get those people who will always aim for a headshot. There are numerous other channels where you'll see people like Kicking Mustang or there's lots I can name, but they sort of get criticised for their shots, but mainly because the people they're shooting at are sticking their head out, and it's the only part that that person can aim for, so it's always going to be that way. Eyewear generally is, for goggles wise, is generally recommended for over 18s. Anyone under the 18s who are playing airsoft we'd always recommend a full face mask. That would cover the nose, the mouth, the ears, and your teeth, which can potentially still be popped out. The mechanics of an airsoft gun is proprietary, powered by a motor, okay, and that will also have a gearbox inside it, so the battery itself will initiate the power that then starts all those cogs turning and the motion of firing that projectile out of the barrel. We've got our mid-range levels, so we've got a nice Rossi full metal electric powered rifle. We've also got a branded G&G. This is the Predator assault rifle. This one again is an AEG. We've got the Scorpion Evo, and we also have another G&G. This is the advanced model. Okay, it's the TR16. Okay, and this one comes with added upgrades included. These are UCARA rifles. UCARA is the governing body that sort of watches over all sales of replica firearms to fall in line with the police VCR bill. And UCARA basically stands for United Kingdom Airsoft Retailers Association. So they're just the middleman between having that idea about starting airsoft, obtaining your reference, and then being able to go out with a full-scale replica weapon. We've got some nice mixture between brand new ones and some pre-owned highly spec'd weaponry. So we do have this one. So this is a pre-owned trade-in. This is a Scar H by the Tokyo Maru. The person who had this one, what they decided to do is they want the very best of distance, of weight, of accuracy for the style of airsoft that they wanted to be involved with. So what they've basically done is very much similar to what you do with a car. You take bits out, upgrade it on your car to give it a better performance rating. So this guy has actually had upgrades done on the motor. He's had the gearbox taken out. He's had all these upgrades, which we've got listed on here, to make sure that this gun is operating at such a high, fast and accurate level. Since lockdown, it's almost come on twofold. The lockdown didn't help most people in most industries, but you can play with just 1 or 2 people, but you can also play with 50, 60 people. With the likes of things like paintball, all our old ex-paintballers, which I was previously as well, we gave that up because it became too expensive after lockdown. So the next best thing would be to jump across onto another projectile sport, which is the ever increasing airsoft.
And you can buy all your airsoft kit from Crackshot, the Devon and online airgun specialist.
Thanks, Jamie. That's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please visit our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on X and TikTok. You can subscribe to us on YouTube or pop your email address into our weekly newsletter box. And we'll contact you about this show, Fieldsports Britain. It's at 7 p.m. UK time every Wednesday. And this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.